It's loading
Okay,
now.
what is it? What's up?
It's good go now.
Welcome
Hello, everyone.
everybody. Uh, Quarterfinals of the Cone Cup between the Flying Dutch or with Jaffa Cakes and the Throttle Bottles. Um, we are here, me, Jeroen, and of course Jacob as well in the house.
Hiya.
And yeah, so we're
Yeah.
ready for a good night of racing.
Yeah.
What tracks
Looking
do we
forward
have
to it.
tonight, AJ?
I believe we have Britain followed by Singapore and Brazil. So it's definitely going to be a nice balance of tracks. Some high-speed corners in Britain, some technical corners in Singapore, and then a nice balance between two in Brazil. So it should be good.
Yes, and all of the drivers have driven these tracks before in the Cone Cup, so they are
Yeah.
all prepared. I hope so. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see hopefully some good overtaking and nice battle for the points. Um, do we have any indication if the drives are ready?
Believe we had a request from one of the team captains, Cyril Mark, just to make sure we're ready. He seems to have readied up, so I think they're all ready as well. Although it seems that one of the teams is lacking a driver, so I'm a bit of a shame that if that's the case.
Yeah, I've heard from that. Yeah, I think KXI team misses one people,
Oh, that's a shame. Let's just
but,
find out who that is quickly. Let's see.
but
I
they are
believe
good to
that's
go.
Yeah, I
So
believe that's Luciano or Luke Knock. I'm not sure what he's preferred to be called, but it's a shame that he can't make it for whatever reason. But yeah,
yeah, they should
what
still
are you expecting?
be able to get good points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm expecting close racing. I know a good friend of mine, CEO Mark, and of course our other commentator Jamie, both really quick drivers we both race with. And from
Mm.
the other drivers as well, they seem pretty on the pace. So should be a close qualifying.
Yeah, and it looks like it's drive for qualifying in Silverstone here. And it's probably also worth mentioning that the Throttle Bottlers were fourth in Group A. They had 5 wins and 3 losses, and they just beat Mazepin, sorry, to qualify for the playoffs by head-to-head results. And then Jaffa Cakes, on the other hand, probably the favourites following the group stages to win with an unbeaten run throughout the group stages as well.
Yeah, they were doing pretty well in the group stage. So I expect them to have some good racing here tonight as well.
Yeah, and here we
As
go.
qualifying starts. So we'll take a look after the first sector we have.
Alright, alright, I'm just gonna. Who do you think we should follow? Should we follow? Let's follow Cyril Mark here.
Yeah, I'll go on board with Jamie.
Alright.
He seems to have a good run. Goes through the corners very nicely, very flowing corners. To the straight, the rest is open.
Yeah, this is a very
Braking at
tricky
50 meter
braking
mark.
zone, isn't it? It's gotta.
Yeah, the traction here on the exit. Jamie gets through very well.
Yeah, so does Mark. Both seem to be on the top of their game at the moment, really
Yeah,
taking
they're
the corners
switching
as best as they
positions.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also got KXI close
Oh,
behind Mark, pot 2 driver. Ooh, KXI loses a little bit on the exit of cops, but he's still on for a
still in
time.
the fight.
Yeah.
Ooh, close to invalidation mark was there.
Yeah.
But still good. Let's see how they go through cops. Stowe, I mean.
Yeah, Wolfbane seems to have invalidated his lap, which is a shame. He seems to have been on for a good time there, but I guess he'll stick with it. And hopefully he can get ahead of anyone else
So
invalidating.
who will get the pole? Is it Mark? Is it Jamie?
Oh,
3/10 still.
yeah, decent
But,
gap
good
for
lap
them.
from Jamie there. Good lap.
Yeah, from what I saw, it
For
seemed very
one shift
solid.
qualifying.
So yeah,
So
that's the grid. So
we
we
have
got
on pole Jamie, second place Cyril Mark, third Krishna, fourth KSI, fifth Krago, sixth Wild Dog, and then seventh is Wolfbane, and he unfortunately disqualified or invalidated his lap. But yeah, he can do something from the back of the grid.
yeah, and it seems to be nicely balanced at the moment, especially with two of the throttle bottlers being in the top three positions in qualifying. Jamie probably has to eke out as best as he can for a win, and then Mark and Chris need to hold their positions. But if KXI gets past either one of them, it could be an interesting little fight we got going on.
Yeah, it's important for Jaffa Cakes as well to get
Ooh,
a lot of people higher up in the points. And
they say when it rains, it pours, and that's exactly what it's doing. We got rain for the race.
oh. What a
Should throw a
disaster for
little,
some races.
yeah, looks like it's going to throw a little spanner in the works there, as they might be making a few tweaks to their setups, maybe adjusting the front wing, making sure they can
Yeah,
sort of go into the
putting it a bit
corners a bit
higher
better.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now we're going to see who drives the best in the rain. It's
yeah, I
hard
guess
to,
we'll find out.
or it's not hard to make mistakes here in the rain. So
Mm.
yeah, we'll be close.
I can imagine Mark's hoping for a better result than his Tier 1 race here in last season of F1 here in CRL, hoping to get past turn
Yeah.
2, but here we are, 5 lights.
5 lights, and they're
Here we
off.
go.
Quarterfinals have started. Seems like a good start for Jamie.
They're all
Mark
spreading out.
settling behind. 2 wide behind that.
Ooh, a couple go
Ooh,
wide.
someone
I
in the
think that's
grass.
Craigo.
Rego, has he lost from the
Or
wing?
KXI. Yeah, KXI's lost out.
Oh,
What have we
that's
got?
very unfortunate. KXI, I think he lost
Oh,
a
Mark
bit
and
of his
Jamie
wing.
side by side onto the first straight.
Better for the lead.
Both trying to get as much as they can. Jamie ends
Very
up in
nice
front
move
for the.
from Mark.
Yeah, very nice.
This will, yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, Krishna in P3.
Yeah, he's
Good and
holding
nice
position.
there. He seems
Yeah,
very comfortable. We
Wolfbane
have
seems to have made
Wolfbane
up.
from last of the grid.
Yeah, he's
Already
doing
in
pretty
fourth
well.
place. Yeah, good start from him. And Wild Dog following nicely. But we have Jamie really close behind Mark. We'll try to use ERS in the straight.
Yeah, let's see. Let's look at their ARS. So they're both on just about the same, but you can tell Jamie's using a little bit more to keep behind him, just in case Mark makes a mistake.
It's very important for Mark to yeah, not make mistakes. He has the ERS advantage at the moment. But as we all know, in the rain you gain a lot more of your ERS. So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
get
see when Jamie makes a push.
yeah, you get an opportunity to use that a little bit more on the straights because, as you said, you do earn quite a bit when you're braking because you're not on throttle as quickly or as aggressively as you are in the dry.
Mark is a bit sketchy through turn 1 and 2. Jamie is almost side by side.
Oh,
Mark had a
okay, so
little
I gets a
slide.
penalty as he goes into the pits.
Yeah, 3-second time penalty. Okay, Jamie is putting the pressure up a bit. Seems to have good pace.
He's a very patient driver, Jamie. I think he can sit back for a lap or two, hope that he makes a mistake, and then if he can't capitalize on an opportunity, I think he'll definitely try and go for it in the final laps.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like he runs a little bit less downforce than Mark.
Just
very
about.
good.
Oh, probably had a look on the inside, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's trying to put the pressure on Mark. The dirty air is kicking in this section.
Yeah, it's very difficult to follow another driver in Magdeburg, even let alone in the dry.
Jamie used a lot of ERS there to try and get closer. But Mark stays in the lead for this lap.
For now, yeah.
We have Wild Duck closing up a little bit.
Yeah, he's slowly making his way up to Wolfbane, but I don't think he'd be pushing too much to get past his teammate. Probably knows that if they keep as they are, then they'll have a good chance of winning. They've got the majority of the big points so far, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, it's Jamie is up there in P2, but it's really Prego and KXI that are a bit behind. They need to get higher up in the points to yeah, have a closer fight for the points. But everything can happen.
Yeah, you never know. The conditions could throw a little spin here and there on difficult corners, the high-speed corners of Silverstone.
Yeah, and some of the drivers do like the rain, some of the drivers don't like it, and yeah, you can't really tell everybody's face from this race. A bit sketchy conditions.
Yeah.
You see Mark pulling a bit of a gap.
Oh, Jamie goes a bit wide.
Yeah. 1 second is the gap. I'll keep an eye on Wild Dog. It's closing in.
Yeah, seems to be a bit of a spread field at the moment. You know, it's got a few cars just sort of struggling.
Big gaps, yeah.
Yeah, struggling to keep with the cars in front. But I guess with the throttle bottlers, those in pink or in purple, it depends on how your screen settings are. They probably don't have to push too much because they're very
really
comfortable at the moment, aren't they? They don't have reason to push.
P1,
They can
3, 4, and 5.
They can just let things slide into their hands. And if they play cautiously, they could have a decent start to the 3 races.
It's always nice to have a good start, so you have a lot of trust in your own races. You can build on from that when you are in the next tracks.
Yeah, it can definitely help with your confidence going into the next 2 races.
If they keep this up, they are going for a really good result. You don't know what Jamie maybe can do. He's closing in a little bit on Mark again.
Yeah, both got roughly the same ERS, haven't they?
70% for Jamie and 60 for Mark. It seems to be hard for overtaking now. Of course, it's in the rain, but after Maggots and Baggots, it hasn't been close enough for both drivers.
Yeah, there aren't many harsh braking zones around this track to really encourage overtaking in the rain, especially without DRS to help them out. But you know, we'll see, because all it takes is one little mistake, one little push of the throttle, just overextending yourself a little bit, and you know, then you're laughing, and you can lose a position.
Yeah, it's not hard to spin in the rain, of course, but Marcus really going for the ERS usage as well as Jamie. I think Jamie's waiting for that last lap push. Last lap, there we go. 8 tenths, 7.5 tenths. Mark seems a bit sketchy through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's probably just being a bit cautious. He knows that he's got the last lap. It's difficult to overtake. I reckon he's probably just making sure he doesn't make a mistake in the final lap.
He seems to be doing pretty well. Yeah, for this straight he's safe. But, Jamie's getting a bit closer now. Looking for some opportunities and maybe a mistake from Mark. We'll see. Further down in the field there's a lot of big gaps, so if nobody makes mistakes, the grid is settled for this one.
Yeah, it seems that way. Oh, Mark gets a bit of oversteer going into the corner, but Jamie goes wide on the exit of the cops. Both seem to be
a close one.
Showing signs of pressure. Jamie's closing in.
He needs to have a good exit.
Oh, he goes wide a little bit. Oh,
Jamie
he's gone off
spins.
track.
Jamie
Oh no.
spins. What a disaster. He has 8 seconds
Oh,
to
it's a
Krishna.
shame.
He's already passed.
Oh, he has to be gutted because of that.
No way. Last lap. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, and he's lost it again. He's overcooked the tyres.
No.
He can't keep control of the car. It's not going well for him, is it? Really isn't. Such a shame that.
A bad end to the race. He was driving a pretty good race.
Yeah, that's a shame that. It would have definitely helped them if he had a strong finish for the next 2 races.
Second place or a win.
He's letting his teammate through there. Yeah. Oh, it's a big shame that.
It's a hard one to come back from. Yeah.
But yeah, either way, decent technical ability shown by Mark to get the win. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Chris and Wolfbane.
Team,
yeah, to Throttle for an overwhelmingly dominant first race.
That's how we can call it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, probably a good chance now to go over how the point systems work for this. Yaron, would you like to walk us through the points and how they work? And yeah,
Quickly need to get it here. So first place in the race gets 18 points. Second place gets 15 points. Third place gets 12 points. Fourth place gets 8 points. Fifth place gets 6 points. Sixth place gets 4 points. And for this one, there's only 7 people, so last player will get 2 points. And the player with the fastest lap also gets a point for that. So if you win and you get a fast lap, the maximum points for you is 19 points. So that's what you aim for.
yeah, and it seems that that's what I believe Mark got the fastest lap there, did he? I guess we'll see very soon.
2 seconds faster than Jamie.
Wow, I'm sure.
No,
no,
it's very close.
Whew,
It's very close.
300s in it.
Ooh.
Wow, it's not much, is it?
So, I'm going to calculate the points.
Alright, yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's going to be a difficult hill to climb because regarding the overall points tally and who goes through, it's a culmination or a summary or basically there's 3 races in the quarterfinals. Next up we got Singapore, then Brazil. Each team collects points from all races and then they all combine to get their final points tally. And the team with the most points at the end of the 3 races will qualify for this next round.
Yeah, and Throttlebots seem to have a really good start. Really getting the points home in the first race. So let's see how Singapore plays out for them.
Yeah, we'll see. I know Krishna's a decent driver at this track. When I faced the Throttle bottlers with my team being serious, when I faced them, they were definitely strong in qualifying and had a decent start to the race. Mark's got some good pace here, so I reckon he can do some damage. And Jamie as well. I'm sure he's very quick here. It's definitely one of his better tracks in my opinion. So we'll see how he does when the pressure's on.
Yeah, we raced that team Jaffa Cakes in the group stages, and yeah, Jamie was quick. That's what I can call him. It was hard. I finished behind him 2 of the races, but both of them like half a second. So it was pretty close, but he has good ERS management, exactly what you need on this track. And yeah, I think we can maybe expect a lot from him this race.
Yeah, he's got to get a bit of help from his 2 teammates though, hoping that they can sort of get a few decent positions themselves as well. Because as good as he can be, it's a team effort this, and he definitely needs some support from them. So we'll see how KXI and Krago can do for them.
Let's see if it's dry or wet quali.
Yeah, I bet they'll be a bit disappointed if it rains, won't they?
Yeah, maybe KXI would like a dry race.
Yeah, I'm sure they all would. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't know. There are people who prefer the rain, but it seems dry.
Yeah, I suppose.
We'll see when the qualifying starts. So, Throttlebots, did they win the group stage or Jaffa Cakes?
Throttle ballers. The Jaffa Cakes were unbeaten in the group stages with 8 wins from 8 races, and then the Throttle bottlers were 4th place. So the way the seeding works is the top from Group A plays the bottom from Group B, and vice versa. But enough of that. We're on to quali. I'm going to ride on board with Mark and see how he does.
Really hard track. I'm going to hop on board with Krishna, as you said it's a good track for him. So, pretty decent through the combination of turn 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh, Mark does get a bit sketchy on the entry to the right-hander before the long straight.
Yeah, Krishna and Mark are really close at this moment. Ooh, Krishna big moment on the exit of the corner. Jamie taking off. That's all I can say.
KXI and Krishna are close to each other. Mark takes a good line through these corners. A very tricky section here as we enter the Anderson Bridge, up towards the hairpin. Mark gets very close to the wall there.
Jamie
Stays in fourth gear for the exit.
Jamie with the lockup, but he doesn't lose that much time. He seems to be flying ahead.
Ooh, another lockup, but it does seem to help him a little bit. Get that rotation onto the right-hand corner. Now here, the double chicane, or even the triple chicane if you like, is a very difficult section. You can lose your wing on the exit, you can lose the rear on the exit. Basically, it's very difficult.
Yeah. And the tunnel as well. You lock up once and you're on the wall. So let's see how they take the last corner. No invalidations.
Jamie stays to the left on the final exit, and he's clear ahead of the next player, of the next driver.
What a lap from Jamie, I must say that. But good job to all of them.
Yeah, decent performance in qualifying.
So, are you going to the starting grid?
Sorry?
Do you want to go through the starting grid?
Yeah, so we've got FRL Jamie on pole position. He's going to have the outside line, the best place you really want to be. He's going to have the better grip on the start. CRL Mark in P2, CRL Krishna in P3, both for the throttle bottlers in good positions. KXI in P4, then Wild Dog, followed by Craigo and Wolfbane, who unfortunately got probably invalidated his lap, but he's definitely going to be wanting to make up some positions to help his team get forward and probably seal the win this early on.
Yes, of course. And KXI steady in P4. After his disaster race in Britain, he's back on that second row. So let's see how he does in the race.
Yeah, I'm open for some good things from them all. Definitely a track that's difficult for overtaking, so they're probably going to be eager to get a good start and try and overtake into turn one. Let's hope that there's nothing too drastic. Let's hope that they can all race cleanly and race fairly amongst each other.
Yeah, they seem to be respectful drivers, so we can expect that from them, but you never know. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're off, so Jamie with a lot of wheel spin, I think.
Mark goes down the inside of turn one. Oh, he's just about, they bounce wheels. Mark breaks earlier, but he gets the better exit.
Yeah, good move, but it's not done yet. Jamie on the inside, usually he has to stay inside.
Oh, it's very close between them. Jamie gets out ahead though. Got some close battling here. Chris is trying to get past KXI. He's trying to use a bit of his ERS, I believe. No, he's not. Oh, Chris has lost it on the exit. No. He's lost his... Oh no, that's such a shame for him.
On the throttle. Jamie has his move done.
Got in. Yeah, Jamie's found a bit of a gap ahead now. He's 3/10 ahead of Mark. Although he's losing a bit of time through this tricky section of corners as they approach the Anderson hairpin.
Maybe he's running a bit less swing. Frustration, I don't know.
Possibly, yeah. Or it might be a bit of nerves, you know, having a car right behind him in such a difficult track. But he is very good at it.
Mark was behind me.
Yeah, you never know what he can do, where he can brake late and try and overtake you. He's very crafty with these tracks where he can sort of pressure you till the last second.
Wild Dog in P4, having a good start.
Yeah, good performance so far from him. Let's run on board for a few corners, see how he does.
And Wolfbane as well, P6, very close, going for a move.
Ooh, just missed that, yeah. Oh, it goes a bit wide.
Little moment in the exit. Mark really close behind Jamie as well. A lot of close battles on this track.
Oh, Chris goes into the pits. Didn't seem to have gotten front wing from the front wing damage from the spin, so it must have been either to fix a wing damage from another incident or another sort of wall contact, or it might have been because his tires are just too hot from the spin.
Maybe he wants to get the fastest lap there.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Mark getting really close with front wing.
He's trying every corner he can. He's always trying to look for that extra little brake input that he can sort of get on Jamie. Oh, he nearly hits the wall there.
Is Mark going for a move? No, he's taking
Oh,
it.
Jamie's hit the wall again. What's happening? Mark's using his ERS. They both are. They're trying to get to the corner first.
Jamie has no wing damage or anything, but
very fair between them.
Good racing we see here.
Oh dear, just about edges him out.
Bit of wheel banging, but I'd say it's hard racing.
Yeah, it's definitely a section that's not too inviting for overtakes, so he must have thought, I'm ahead, let me stay ahead until the next few corners and you can have another go.
You should hop on board with Wolfbane, 2 tenths behind Craigo, trying to set the move up for the start-finish straight, using his ERS.
He is using quite a bit of it. Oh, he brakes a bit late, makes contact with Craigo, does go off track a little bit in the entry. But he's still behind him, still in control.
Mark now with DRS and Jamie. Try to save some ERS as they both use a lot. Close between them.
You can tell they both really want the win.
Yeah. KXI, P3, really steady job. That's what Jamie asked for, I think.
Yeah, definitely what they'd have wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie does go a bit wide, but he does hold the racing line very well.
Good exit here, it's important. Yeah, Mark with the short shift as well. Yeah, the DRS helps a lot on this track, so you run a lot of downforce. We'll see. Wolfbane got a penalty, meanwhile we're talking.
Going for this tricky section here. They'll both want to get as good as traction as possible going into the final 2 corners in order to capitalise on the DRS. Well, Mark will try and capitalise on the DRS. Jamie will probably want to get better traction just so he doesn't get caught out by it.
Mark taking the inside line a bit more than Jamie. Seems to get a good run.
Hugging the inside, definitely. Wolfbane does seem to get quite close to Craiger on the final couple corners, doesn't he? He always seems to close the gap before the straight. Yeah, I wonder what it is. Whether it's sort of wing damage on Craiger or if it's just a bit of an edge out on traction from Wolfbane there.
Maybe Wolfbane is running a bit higher wing or Craiger lower wing.
Possibly, yeah.
Mark also after the straight, of course, getting really close, but Jamie
not
has
quite
the
close
edge
enough
with DRS or with ERS. Yeah, Mark needs to set up something.
Yeah, Chris there getting the fastest lap, being able to rinse his ERS, and with the fresh tyres as well from the pit stop, could help him and his team. Yeah, definitely.
Craigo is closing up the gap to Well Dog. There's a little 3-way fight forming.
Yeah, slowly closing the gap, aren't they? The 3 of them.
Yes. KXI is watching the leaders having a bit of a battle. They're really close 2 times.
Yeah, he's in a good position, isn't he? Because if either of these 2 cars at the front make a mistake, he'll be there ready to pounce and capitalise on it. So either he can, yeah.
There's a good gap behind him as well, so he's safe from that. Overall, good points for the team.
We enter the final lap here in Singapore for the second race of the quarterfinals between Throttle Bottlers and Jaffa Cakes. We have Jamie in the lead, Mark in P2 for the Throttle Bottlers, KXI, part of the Jaffa Cakes. Mark's going to try and use his ERS and his DRS to try and get to Jamie. I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Such a difficult track to overtake.
Jamie's even saving his ERS.
Yeah.
So, Mark on 13%, Jamie on 22. But there's still a lot of corners, technical corners where you can make a mistake. And
Yeah, he's struggled through this section, hasn't he? Oh, and he hits the wall there on the entry to the corner. Is it enough,
yellow
though?
flag?
As we have, I think that's Wolfbane, is it?
Wolfbane, yeah, Wolfbane spun.
Oh, he's lost his front wing as well. That's unfortunate for him, because he was always on the tail of
Oh,
Krago's
Mark!
car in the final
Look at Mark.
section.
Mark is getting closer. Will he go for it? No.
Ooh, close
Jamie
there.
made a little mistake on that exit. Let's see if he can do something. Last time through the last sector. Very technical. Don't hit the wall here, Jamie.
He's definitely wrestling with the car. It doesn't seem too comfortable.
Seems to handle it a bit difficult.
Yeah, he's got the better exit.
Oh, Jamie! There's a bit of off in the last corner, but still wins it. 1.5 tenths. What a close battle for the lead. So, well done coming on with P4.
It's another solid performance there from Throttle Bottlers with some decent points, despite Jamie's victory for his team. It seems like the majority of these points will go towards. Oh, actually, on the other hand, despite the sort of overwhelming win for the Throttle Bottlers in the first race, there's still a chance that that Jaffa Cakes can still come through with a decent points haul in the next race as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the last race. Everything can happen, but we need a very good race from Jaffa Cakes to get the points home. After round 1 they were 42 points behind, so that's a lot of points to make up.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
that is a bit rough. That must be said, but it's never say never. It was a close race. Never know what can happen with with Brazil. It's a good blended, fast, technical, and sort of a nice balanced track. Definitely one that's very open for overtaking if you're willing. So guess we'll see when we get there.
It's very important for Mark as well to not make mistakes in this last race. If he gets a solid point finish, then it should be good to continue for the next round. But we don't know who's getting it.
Yeah. Have you done any sort of points calculations for this round yet? Sort of see where it's pointing towards, or?
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah, cool.
So 18 points for Jamie. Good points for them.
Yeah, solid performance. And then the fastest lap going to Krishna. So we had Jamie from the Jaffa Cakes taking first place, Mark taking second place for the Throttle Bottlers, KXI rounded out the podium for the Jaffa Cakes, Wild Dog, solid performance from him, P4, Krago P5, Wolfbane P6, and Chris P7. Unfortunate spin for Krishna in the first lap. He probably could have done a bit more, but I'm not sure what happened. It is a bit of a shame, but he's still got a chance to redeem himself here in Brazil. As we,
but as you say, this it's not hard to make a mistake. So
definitely, yeah.
Throttle Bottlers definitely need to keep their composure for this last one. So my phone is bugging a bit for the calculation. Let me get it sorted.
That's fine.
8 points, 6 points. Yeah, Jeff Cakes with a good round here, but it will be hard to come back from that last loss.
Yeah.
P5 as well for them. So what do you expect to see in the last race, AJ?
I was about to ask you the same thing. What I expect and what I hope for are probably two different things, because I expect a decent little battle between a lot of the cars, and I hope for a decent result, sort of for the Jaffa Cakes to try and claw points back. But I expect it to be a close battle amongst everyone. So I guess we'll wait and see, and see how that goes, because that quality performance, especially from Jamie in Singapore, was really, really something. So we'll see what he can pull out of the bag here in Brazil and see if his teammates can follow him in some
I
capacity.
think he took some revenge for Britain.
Yes,
He
must have been.
he really helped the team in Singapore, and I hope to see him do well in this last race.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It seems to be dry for quali, so that's probably something that some people might have been happy with, some people may not. Depends.
It
Depends on
depends,
your
yeah.
preference. Yeah. But for one myself, I prefer the dry much towards the rain. I'm not a fan of the wet sessions.
I can agree
So
with you. As we're going on the way, following Brazil, I'm
good.
keeping an eye on Jamie for this one.
Yeah, I'll watch them too. Let's see what they can do.
Well, it's just through turn one, of course. No need for invalidation.
Oh, apologies.
It will be very hard. I calculate the points meanwhile, but I'll tell them after quali.
All right.
Let's really look at this amazing drivers.
Mark seems to have edged Jamie just a little bit around the middle of sector 2
It's really
to go through
close.
a really technical section. Yeah, it's definitely close. It's neck and neck between the two cars. We got Wolfbane and Chris and Wild Dog all exchanging positions between each other as they exit sector 2 and into sector 3. Jamie takes the
Craig,
grass on the
unfortunately,
entrance to the corner. Carry on.
Craig invalidated, unfortunately, for him.
Oh, it's unlucky.
Mm.
That's a shame for him. It's not exactly what the Jaffa Cakes would want, is it? If they want a strong performance in the race, decent points all. That's a
What
great
a
lap
lap.
there from Jamie. Oh my word!
And Mark as well, we must say that.
Wow! What a
That's
six!
sick.
Whoa, that is solid from the both of them. Both drivers definitely at the top of their game. Definitely a
Yeah.
strong
Pushing
lap
each
from
other to
both
the
of them.
limit.
Wow, 800ths in it as well.
Oh,
Eight,
what a lap from these guys.
yeah,
And
hundreds.
KXI as well, steady in P3.
Yeah,
That's what
not
they hope
far.
But due to my calculations, Throttle Butlers is on 84 points, and Jaffa
84.
Cakes on 38. So,
Right.
I think they might need a 1-2-3 finish, but I don't know if they
Mm.
even can win anymore. I don't think
Well,
so.
the mathematicians out there, feel free to do the maths. But as the commentators here, we're going to try and do our best to make it to appreciate what we've got in front of us, and we'll try and we'll definitely make the most of what we got. But yeah,
Yes, looking forward to this last race, especially the top two who are really on top of their game.
definitely.
I'm
And I
taking my
think
hat off for that laps.
yeah, and especially for the likes of the midfield as well. Definitely some strong performances from them. And
Yeah,
I'm
really
sure that
good comeback drives.
even though the Jaffa Cakes may know that the scores are complete, they may still want to end out with a decent position at the end. So let's see how the race goes.
So the 5 lights are out now. Good start from Jamie, but it's Mark is pulling alongside. Going down the inside of Jamie. Ooh, bit of wheel bang on Mark's track.
Very respectful
KXI
from both of them, trying to leave a bit of room.
KXI.
KXI goes on the inside.
KXI, no way,
3 wide.
How will this end up? Ooh, very respectful driving.
Oh, there's a bit of contact there.
Krishna spun wrong.
Oh, that's so gutting for
Not
him.
again.
Oh.
Oh, I don't think there was a lot of him he could have done there. Ooh, that's
It's such a shame for
one.
Chris. That's really unfortunate. Oh, as Wolfbane loses his rear a little bit going into the right-hand corner, where
really
Lewis
have
Hamilton
to,
and Alex Albon both made contact a couple of years ago.
Ooh, that's a painful one for Albon.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen better, I must say. But anyway,
I hope our drivers don't do that.
yeah, let's hope. As Wild Dog's trying to close the gap onto Wolfbane using all of his ERS that he's got.
Is he going for a dive?
I'm not sure. He
Think
seemed to have
about
lifted
it.
off just before the corner came, but he seems to be holding off Craigo as well. might have explained a little bit of the ERS drainage.
Yeah, and Prego, we need to have a look at him as well. What he needs to do, he needs to get past Wildog and Wolfbane to get the strongest result they can have. Mark seems pretty settled there in P2.
Yeah, he's definitely got to push harder. He does seem to be doing just that as he goes a bit wide on the big curves there. It's very easy to lose your car, but he's done well to hold on to it. He's definitely trying to chase onto Wild Dog, that pack in front of him. Let's follow Mark now.
Straight in the second lap, Mark 8 tenths behind with a 4 exit. Jamie sees this as a chance to push on a little bit. Both, really high on ERS still, so definitely waiting a bit. As Mark has closed up the gap on the straight. I do think Mark runs a little bit less wing.
Yeah, I can imagine that he might be running a 2.6 or probably a 2.5 even. Whereas Jamie probably running a 7 rear wing. Although obviously, all just sort of assumptions and guesses, but just looking at what we've got in front of us and trying to see what we can do. Wild Dog's also closing the gap on Craigo a little bit as they go through the first of the tricky sections of Brazil. Well, sorry, the second. The first is definitely the Senna S's.
Oh yeah. Did we miss Craigo making the move?
Oh, I believe I did. Yeah, completely slipped my mind.
Well done to Craigo getting past Wild Dog.
Yeah, not bad.
He was in P6 before that, but he's listening to us. Now he needs to get past Wolfbane.
It's a big task. Although Wolfbane does have a penalty, and it seems to be 2-second penalty. So if he can keep in that gap, he could get decent points for them. But I don't believe it'll be enough. It'll be enough to sort of win back a bit of bragging rights, I suppose, if they were to ever bring it up in conversation. But yeah.
If Mark DNFs, it should be possible. He's going for the move, I think. Yeah, he's going for the move down the inside. Mark, touching to the rear tire of Jamie, but respectful driving from there.
Yeah, I just caught the end of that. Jamie seems to have a bit more ERS than Mark, suitably because he is ahead. He's just sort of controlling the situation here very comfortably. Mark seems to be getting a bit sort of aggressive with the ERS usage and trying to do whatever he can to get past him as soon as possible. But Jamie, very experienced in his ways. He's raced on F1 for quite some time now, and he knows exactly what he needs to do.
Experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Craigo as well. Goes for the move, using all the ERS he has on Wolfbane.
Yeah, he's definitely trying for it. He's got DRS. Wolfbane goes off track a little bit, but he's still got a chance to make the move here. Goes around the out. He's on the outside. Oh, bit of contact. I don't think there's any damage, but there is a penalty for Craigo. It's not exactly what he wanted.
I think he should have been a bit more cautious, because Wolfbane had a penalty and he didn't.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
Can, get the move done.
It was probably open to get past him and sort of catch up to his teammate, KXI. But as I say that, KXI is now within a second of Mark. So we could see, if Mark makes any mistakes, he's got that little problem behind him, where if he makes any problems or mistakes, he could be caught out.
Yeah, maybe Jamie wants to back up Mark a little bit to get him under pressure.
But he is comfortably ahead. I think he's out of DRS range. Mark could be in trouble, as we see Jamie ready to cross the line, ready to take on second P2.
Pretty dominant win.
Definitely, yeah.
I must say.
And KXI can't make it stick, but Craigo does get ahead of Wolfbane. I just missed that. Oh no!
We got a second penalty.
Oh
Craigo
wow!
got a second penalty. He was ahead on track. Ooh, that was a close one. It was Pierre Gasly versus Hamilton on the last race.
Wow, that was definitely something. That was a decent race all round. Well raced from Throttle, Jamie. Congratulations on the race win. Yeah, and as
Yeah,
Krishna crosses the line now, probably to get fastest lap, I believe he might have, but I guess we'll get the confirmation on that shortly.
yeah, we'll get that. And yeah, I think we can say congrats to Throttle Butlers to continue to the semi-finals. And
Yeah,
well raced from Jeff Cakes as well. They really tried their best, but 3 people versus 4 people, bit sketchy for
mm.
them.
Yeah, I'm
But
just waiting to hear from the team captain to see whether they're interested in doing some interviews, some post race interviews. So if they do
yeah,
respond, if they do let me know, then I'll pass that information along to you. But in the meantime, after all, Jamie, congrats on the win again. Uh,
yes, I'll go
and then
through
Cyril,
the grid.
yeah, if could you add KXI to the party, please? And he's up for an interview. But yeah,
Okay,
so we got Jamie in P1, Mark P2 for the Throttle Bottlers, Jaffa Cakes, very own team captain, KXI in P3. We got Wolfbane in P4, Wild Dog in P5, Craigo P6, and Krishna with the fastest lap, 107.9 in P7. If you don't mind adding
yeah.
both Mark and KXI, please. Thanks.
Yes, I'm trying to find KXI, but I found it now.
Okay.
So he's KXI. Wait, is it KXI underscore 7?
It's double underscore. I'll invite him for you.
Oh, double. Okay, I'm getting Mark in then.
All right. Apologies if it takes you away from the screen.
So yeah, that was good racing in Brazil. I think the entertaining, most entertaining one of the 3.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely close racing all around. One for the cameras, that's for sure.
Yeah. So
All right,
we're
so we
getting
got
the captains in.
yeah, CRR Mark here first. Just make sure you've got your audio settings being shared for
Yeah.
us. Yeah. All right. Well,
Mark, congratulations on the semi-finals with your team. How do you
yeah,
Did
feel?
we actually?
Yeah, you
yeah.
got it.
We did the
Yes.
calculations. And yeah, the first race definitely helped you a lot with an unfortunate result from the Jaffa Cakes. But yeah, you guys are through as it seems, and congratulations.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, we had instant advantage that they were 3 people. Just we had to do our best, honestly. I think there was no more of a display than Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone,
Mm.
good fight between you and Jamie, but unfortunately on the last lap he lost it, and your team managed to go through with a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. So yeah, it gave you a 42-point lead.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was quite significant. But you must say the other two races they put up a decent fight, didn't they? How
Yeah,
was
they
it?
did, honestly. I mean, Singapore with Jamie was insane.
Yeah.
It was something else. He destroyed me in qualifying, but I think the race was very close.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
was
was good racing
definitely
between you.
definitely some decent race to watch. Yeah, how did you feel in Brazil? It seemed to be a bit more of a cat and
Mm,
mouse chase really, because Jamie had a lot of ERS throughout the whole race, just
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
tagging you along, and yeah, not much you
yeah.
could do. But were you aware of the sort of threat of KXI behind you, or was
No,
your focus on ahead?
I was focused on Jamie, but then on like lap 3, I just realized KSI sticking with me, so I know his pace is good. And I got 2 warnings on the first lap as well, so I just had to make sure that I stayed a bit more careful. But Jamie was much faster than me, and I noticed that his ERS management, even in Singapore, was just better.
Yeah, he's really good in that.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about the team? You
Oh
look
man,
forward to the semi-finals?
I'm proud of them. Honestly, we've worked hard from the group stage. Uh, just trying and trying, good communication. Uh, but yeah, no, it was fun. I'm very proud of
Mm.
them.
So yeah,
Good to
your
hear.
team, after pending any incidents or anything that might change the results, you'll be facing one of Team 14 and Spinella. So what do you think of your chances against them?
We beat Spinala once, we can do it again. And yeah, Team 14. Not sure which team that is, but yeah, sure. Bring them on.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be definitely a decent little matchup there for the spectators for sure. But yeah, I don't believe KXI is joining. I have added him to the party, but I don't think he's
Yeah, he
joined.
hasn't joined. So
Yeah, but
we
yeah.
only have a winner in there then.
Ooh. But yeah, thanks for joining for the post-race interview, mate. Congrats once again on the potential victory pending incident review, and
Yeah, yeah.
thank you everyone for tuning in. And
Thank you for
yeah,
watching, guys.
thank you.